Alright, ma'am. Could you introduce yourself?
I am Rajni Krishnaswamy, Director Principal of Billabong Thane, and here I am. What do you want to ask?
Okay, ma'am. Do you have a favorite festival?
Favorite festival?
Alright. Any reason behind that?
All festivals.
You celebrate all of them.
I celebrate life. For me, every day is a festival.
Alright. Why do you think festivals are significant to Indian way of life?
I think festivals are significant not just to the Indian way of life.
To everybody, because it's an occasion when people get together and there's a lot of joy, happiness, exchanging gifts, eating good food, and generally it's an excuse to interact and socialize and meet people.
Alright, ma'am. What values do you think festivals teach us?
Festivals, I believe, teach you
To remember that all religions mean the same thing. I'll give you an example for this. For example, in December, we had some Hanuman Jayanti or Datta Jayanti or something. We had Eid-e-Milad and we had Christmas, all falling very closely on the heels of each other. And I said to myself, I wish the politicians would just notice this, because God tells us that all religions are one and festivals are all following one on top, the other. So that's the thing, that it teaches you that
the goal is one, the roads may be different.
In fact, this year in Ganesh Chaturthi,
exactly, it was Eid.
Yeah, exactly. So they, a certain group of people allowed 13,000 Muslims to pray namaz during this celebration.
Absolutely. And I think that is what is so beautiful and vibrant about our Indian.
Yeah, it really
because there are so many religions, and we are celebrating Parsi New Year, we are celebrating Janmashtami, we are
celebrating Rakhi, and we are also celebrating other festivals, maybe Eid or something that is there. And we are celebrating this, what is that thing?
Christmas.
No. In September we have Feast of Our Lady of the Mount, that is Banner Feast. So all religions are getting together, dressing up in grand clothes, and
it's a beautiful moment.
They really emphasize togetherness and how
absolutely
and how unity matters.
Yes, I believe so.
Alright, ma'am, how have celebrating festivals changed since you were a youth, since you were a child, to now? How do you think they've changed?
Okay,
there's a little bit. I don't even know whether it's a little bit. It's much more. There's more commercialization now.
Absolutely.
Number one, everything is in your face kind of advertising, and there's a lot of demand now for holidays. Give us a holiday. Earlier, we never had holidays for Janmashtami. We never had holidays for Raksha Bandhan. It was a very personal, internal kind of a thing. It was done at home. And religion was kept on the back burner. It was more of a socialization thing. Now we're having a julus for everything, whether it's Guru Nanak Jayanti, whether it's Eid-e-Milad, whether it is Janmashtami, whether it is, what is that thing? Durga Puja. When I was a child, we never had a procession for Durga Puja.
It was such a big deal.
Not at all. We did it in our homes, and that was it. Ganpati, I still remember as a child
taking the Ganpati that we had in our house, go to Shivaji Park, to the Shivaji Park beach and immersing it. Today I would be mad to even think of such a thing, because that place is like a madhouse. There's security, you can't go in. So yes, and I suppose one of the reasons for this is A, it's commercialization, B, the numbers have increased, population has increased, and politicians have gotten into it.
It's almost as if it's an excuse, right, to get a holiday.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, could you just give us an example of festival you celebrate and how do you celebrate it at home?
I celebrate all festivals. Let me give you a simple example of, let us say, Diwali.
Yes.
Because that's very popular with everyone. We normally get up a little early in the morning, maybe about 5 or so. As a child,
I used to get up at 4 o'clock. Okay, used to get up at 4 o'clock, and my parents, we would all get up and they would take us straight to, look at the God, make us sit there, because there would be all our clothes and food, all sweets that we made over the last 1 week. I still do that. Only thing is there's nobody, just me and my husband watching that. And we would sit down there and my mother would put a little oil on my head, and then we would have that special sacred bath, as it were. I don't know what it's called in Marathi. Something Angul, Paili Angul or something like that, I'm not sure.
Whatever, I'm not sure. But we'd go and have a bath, And then we'd come back, and then our elders, the eldest in the house, my father or my mother, and if in case I had a grandmother visiting, they would give us those clothes, we'd wear them quickly, and they would give us a certain medicine that we made specially. It was a ginger kind of a medicine specially made for Diwali. The idea was that if you ate it, it would kind of offset the negative effects of all the oily food and the sweets that we would eat. And then we would go out and burst the first cracker.
Okay. You've established that you celebrate all festivals, but ma'am, as a country, as the Indian people, how do you think that people react to other cultures' celebration? Do you think we're tolerant? Do you think?
Yes, I think we're very tolerant. I believe we're very tolerant, because if we were not tolerant,
you wouldn't have all these processions and Chhat Puja and Sankranti Puja and all happening with the least amount of problems.
Yeah.
Not resistant problems. Otherwise, can you imagine if you went out? I know I've traveled all over the world, and there are processions, and in most of the countries it's a single religion country.
Absolutely.
Okay, but here we have so many things, and it's done so beautifully.
So then we incorporate that. Again, it emphasizes together.
Yes, I think India is one of the most tolerant countries I have seen and travelled in, and I'm very happy about that. And which is why I've chosen to stay in India, despite the fact that I could have gone abroad and settled anytime.
Okay.
But I've chosen to remain in India because I believe the tolerance that the Indian country and the nation and the people have is something you will never find anywhere else.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am.